What appears to be some sort of scientific experiment is actually a sculpture by an artist I recently had the opportunity to meet.
Finally tonight we're going to show you something you won't believe, and we're not sure we believe it.
What makes this work so interesting is that it's done on a macro level.
Like a Buddhist monk, he trained himself to enter an almost meditative state, slowing his breathing and pulse.
To really understand how small his work is, you'd have to see it in person.
I want to open the bidding at £25,000.
It's an auction like no other. Buyers bidding on a sculpture so small, they need a microscope.
Now, for purposes of comparison, take a look at this. This is a ball of thread and a sewing needle. And the eye of that needle is so small that most of us have a dickens of a time trying to get a thread through it.
The little things can be the biggest things.
But now imagine an artist who can create an entire work of art inside the eye of that needle.
I was blown away by what he actually had seen. And he was trying to explain to me that he'd been to an exhibition and he saw this guy and he creates the smallest works of art in the world, invisible to the naked eye, requires a microscope to see the work, and you then become curious. Well, what sort of work is it?
We want to know more about the small creatures. Did you have a relationship where you just liked them? Like when I was a kid growing up, I wanted to be a football player, or when I was a kid, I liked dinosaurs. Yeah. Did you like insects, and why?
Well, I like insects because insects have been around for millions of years. They're here for a reason, and a lot of insects have a lot of intelligence. I decided that I wanted to see whether I could build a house for ants. So that's what I did. I picked up some splinters of wood and started slicing these little splinters together and constructing small houses. I was age 5, from 1962. That's when I started actually making small sculptures.
So we all had fantasy friends, and they helped us get through our youth. And yours were insects and ants.
Well, I've been disciplined so much because of the work and the amount of energy that it takes to create this work on this molecular level, you know. I have to find ways of slowing down my heartbeat. I have to work between the pulse beat because I don't know whether I could say slowing my heartbeat down, but I would say I work between the pulse beat. I have to hold my breath for certain, and as I'm moving, I have to, it's like 1.5 seconds before I actually move to actually create these sculptures.
Smaller than Charlie Chaplin, balanced on an eyelash. Nick Walk, ABC News, Birmingham, England.
Told you wouldn't believe it. Willards has sold his life's work to a collector for $20 million.
You know those old black and white movies?
You know, if we look down on the ground, there's nothing there. And we use the word nothing. Nothing doesn't exist because there's always something. My mother